Yo, what's up guys, this is Offensive Sox fan back with another video, and today is my wild card round recap. First two games are over, so let's go over them. So, Browns, what the hell? Absolutely annihilated by the Houston Texans. Joe Flacco, good job throwing two straight pick sixes pretty much. Really helped your team win. Granted, he did play good. Besides those picks, he had a lot of receivers just straight up dropping passes, and his run game didn't really help him either. It was horrid. Besides a Kareem Hunt touchdown, and his O line didn't help him either. Njoku had some bad drops. Harrison had some bad drops. Kareem Hunt got your only source of points on the day. No fumbles, 9 tackles for JOK. No sacks, no interceptions. Only 2 points for Patterson and 4 points for Corey. Moving on to the Texans. CJ Stroud looks like a seasoned vet. Like, he's so good. I just want to know how. How is he so good? Singletary, he cooked today. Nico Collins, he cooked. Brevin Jordan had a 76-yard catch on his only catch of the day. Dalton Schultz could have had 2 touchdowns, but he dropped a touchdown at the start of the game pretty much. Revived himself, though, with a touchdown as well. No fumbles, 10 tackles each for Cashman and Desmond King. A sack for Harris. A sack for Hinish. A sack for Will Anderson. A sack for Barnett. Steven Nelson and Christian Harris with pick sixes. 9 points for Fairbairn and 4 points for Cameron Johnston. Just Browns. #1 defense. Cool. Show it next season, I guess. Alright, this absolute boring game. Tua is... I'm so mixed on Tua. Sometimes I think he's good, but sometimes I really think he's actually just not really good. And this game showed it. Yes, negative whatever degree weather, but Mahomes literally did better with you, and he doesn't have Tyreek Hill, he doesn't have Jalen Waddle, he doesn't have Raheem Mostert, he doesn't have A-Chain, he doesn't have these playmakers that you have. He played in the same weather as you. Mostert, it's just rushing game, again, really nothing. Tyreek Hill was really the only good part of this offense. He got your only source of points. Hand recovered a fumble. 10 tackles for Riley. No sack for Zach Zeiler. Weird. No sacks for anyone either. No interceptions. 1 point for Sanders and 4 points for Bailey. And Mahomes, he did pretty good. Some of his receivers were kind of dropping passes. What else is new with them, though? Pacheco really cooked. Rashee Rice cooked. Travis Kelce had a much better game than he's had a lot lately. And then really nothing after that in their offense. Clyde, Creed, Pacheco fumbled. Clyde lost a fumble. That was late in the game, though, like with a minute left. Pacheco and Mahomes picked up fumbles. Mahomes also broke his helmet and then started complaining about it. Nick Bolton with 10 tackles, 1.5 sack for Carl Loftus, half a sack for Chris Jones, an interception for Mike Edwards, 14 points for Harrison Butker, and 3 points for Tommy Townsend. Alright, both Sunday games are over, so let's go over them. First, we have the Packers and Cowboys. This was actually a pretty interesting game. It really looked like Green Bay was going to blow them out of the water at halftime, but Dallas, they tried making a comeback. They were very short, but I mean, they tried, sort of. Jordan Love, his first playoff game, and he does this, absolutely fantastic. Excuse me. Aaron Jones, amazing game. I saw a stat that he has like the most touchdowns out of any running back in Packers playoff history, so that's awesome. Romeo Doubs, Luke Musgrave, and Dontavion Wicks had touchdowns. Doubs had an elite game. Absolutely phenomenal. No fumbles. Nixon, and Walker with 11 tackles each, a sack for Nixon, a sack for Campbell, a sack for Lucas Van Ness, a sack for Preston Smith. Darnell Savage with a 64-yard pick six. Jair Alexander had an amazing interception. He did take it to the house, but it got called back because he was down. But still got an interception. 6 points for Carlson, all were extra points. Only 3 points for Whelan. Moving on to the Cowboys. Classic Cowboys. When will Cowboy fans learn that they're good in the regular season? When it comes playoff time, though, they just don't know how to play football. Dak, most of this was crunch time in the fourth quarter, so in reality, he sucked. Tony Pollard, he's still really just not that good as a starter. He did have a touchdown, though. CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup had 100 yards each. Jake Ferguson, 10 catches, 3 touchdowns. That's a crazy good stat line right there. No fumbles, 8 tackles each for Bell and Clark. No sacks, no interceptions. Their defense just got thrown around all day, pretty much. I mean, same with the Packers, but mainly in crunch time, like I just said. 4 points for Aubrey and 2 points for Brian Anger. Packers, they just own Dallas. Like, it's that simple. They just own Dallas. And now for this. Detroit, you did it. The first time in 32 years, I think. But forget all that. Party for as long as you want. You earned this. Matt Stafford, though, in his Detroit homecoming, absolutely lit it TF up. Kyron Williams, he didn't really have a great game at all. Puka Nacua set a rookie record for most yards in a rookie's first playoff game, previously held by DK Metcalf against the Eagles in 2019. That's alright. Tutu Atwell had a nice, very nice touchdown. Puka fumbled. Tyler Higbee, disgusting injury. Kirby Joseph, just, yeah, we don't need to get into that. I'm sure it's on Twitter. 9 tackles each for Ernest Jones and Quentin Lake. 2 sacks for Jones, half a sack for Howitt. I think that's how you say that. I heard it a lot on the TV, so I think it's Howitt. And then half a sack for Cody Turner. No interceptions. 11 points for Brett Maher. He actually made kicks in the playoffs opposed to last year. And only 2 points for Ethan Evans. The Lions, their first 3 possessions, 75-yard touchdowns each. They were on fire in the first half. Then the second half, they really cooled down. Jared Goff, though, he did excellent. His first 10 passes were completions. That's awesome. Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery scored touchdowns. Gibbs didn't get the ball as much as I thought he would, at least on the ground, but it was hard for just anyone to tackle him. It was awesome. Same with Nacua. No one could bring those two down, really. St. Brown cooked. Josh Reynolds cooked. Sam Laporta had a nice touchdown. Goff fumbled. Brock Wright got it back. 8 tackles for Anzalone. 2 sacks for Hutchinson. And that's all. No interceptions. 6 points for Badgley and 3 points for Jack Fox. Right, and both Monday games are over. Every wildcard game is done, and we have a picture of what next week's games will be looking like. So, first, the Steelers lost to the Bills. Not really surprising. Mason Rudolph didn't really do good. The rushing was not the best ever. Freiermuth had an okay game. George Pickens had a lot of uncalled ticky-tacky plays. Deontay Johnson and Calvin Austin got the touchdowns for you guys. Pickens lost a fumble and Freiermuth fumbled, but it went out of bounds. Minka Fitzpatrick with 10 tackles, 1 sack for Golden, 1 for Highsmith. No interceptions. 5 points for Boswell and 4 points for Presley Harvin. And 1 Mike Tomlin walkout on the media. So there you go. Now for Josh Allen, he was outstanding all game long. 3 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground, which was a 52-yarder, and it was just wow. Dalton Kincaid had a good game. Stephon Diggs, interesting game, or not interesting. Can't think of one. Average game, I'd say. Khalil Shakir with a nice 17-yard touchdown that he really should have been tackled on, but the Steelers just don't know how to tackle, I guess. Dawson Knox also got a touchdown. Terrell Bernard recovered a fumble. A.J. Klein with an 11-tackle day. 1 sack for Greg Rousseau. And that's about it. An interception for Keelar Elam. And then 7 points for Tyler Bass. 3 points for Sam Martin. The Steelers are going home while the Bills will be hosting the Chiefs in Mahomes' first ever road playoff game. Bills, please, man. Just please. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to talk about this one. Oh. Jalen Hurts, you played absolutely terrible, but I will give you benefit of the doubt. A lot of your receivers just could not catch at all. But you weren't even making that good of throws either. Rushing game was pitiful. Devontae Smith was the only functional part of this offense. Dallas Goedert got a touchdown and blew his knee out or something. I don't know what happened, but it was dirty. Julio Jones recovered a fumble. Same with Covey. Julio Jones also went out with a concussion in what could be his final game of his career. Same with Jason Kelsey. Moreau with 10 tackles, a sack for Brandon Graham, half a sack for Nolan Smith, a sack for Josh Sweat, a sack for Milton Williams, half a sack for Fletcher Cox. No interceptions. 3 points for Jake Elliott, 4 points for Braden Mann. Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. My goodness, were they going off all night long. Rashad White also had a really good day on the ground. Cade Otton, despite having 3 bad drops, had an amazing game. David Moore had a very nice 44-yard touchdown. Trey Palmer with a touchdown. Chris Godwin with a touchdown. Philly's defense did not know how to tackle. Like, they must have put on Seattle Seahawks defense film and took notes on it, because that's what it looked like out there. No fumbles, 10 tackles for Jamel Dean, half a sack for Kansas, 1 sack for Gaines, half a sack for Vita Vea, 1 sack for Joe Tryon Shaninka. I think I said that right. No interceptions, 12 points from McLaughlin, 3 points for Camarda, and before we're done, I got one thing to play. Goodbye, and I hope Nick Sirianni does not come back. He is such a crybaby head coach. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you'll never miss an upload. I will see you in the next video. Go Hawks!